Welcome back everybody to another rendition of Quincy Beoulve's Let's Play, and today we're playing Final Fantasy VI. Last time we talked about interesting similarities between your jock stereotype and your nerd or gamer stereotype. And so we're going to continue talking about that today, but with a different subject. But right now we're going to go save Celes. Yes. What could you possibly hope to peddle in a place like this? Oops, forgot I was still wearing these clothes. Name's John, I'm with the Returners. You're a Returner? Or at least I was, General Celes. Now I'm nothing but a traitor. Well, let's get going. You take me with you? No. I can barely walk. I'd never make it out of here. I appreciate it, but even if you got me out, you wouldn't be able to protect me. I'm better off waiting here for the executioner. At least that way I'll keep my pride. I'll protect you. Trust me, you'll be fine. Let's go. Wait. This soldier might have something on him that could help us get out of here. More super... Well, that was fun. Alright. So, last time we met Celes, but we didn't rescue her because we were saving that for today. So, today, seeing as how we have Celes, we have Jock, and last time we were talking about gamers and jocks, their similarities, we're going to continue that talk and talk about something that might be a little trigger for some people. Because one thing that's very noticeable for both societies, or what the social norm likes to put down on both of those, is that they don't like bringing women involved, even though they are, even though they're a large number of the people, fans, players, people that play, well, I mean players for the game, and then people that play for sports. Anyways, there's a large number that are female, but whenever you look at society and what they say should be, they like to push women out for some reason. Now, I'm not exactly sure, maybe it's because those are man activities, which is really ridiculous, because they're just activities. And so, sometimes you can't really catch it unless you're really looking for it. Or sometimes it's blatantly obvious. Like in the gaming culture, there was a tournament for Cross Assault, which is a fighting game, and there was a tournament that went down in history because there was a bunch of guys chilling out during the tournament, and one girl was there. The video is in the description. I suggest watching at your discretion. Because honestly, the guys there, and the guys there and the people that are watching the stream are very, what's a good word for it? Disgusting would be a good word? Yeah, disgusting. I'm not going to go into further detail, so if you want to know what I mean, you can watch the description. or watch the video that's in the description. And if you look at most female role models, they're either damsels in distress or sex symbols. Damsels such as Peach, most of the time. I mean, she does do some stuff once in a while, but whenever she gets her own video game, her superpowers is crying. So, that doesn't really help her that much. Or you have sex symbols like Laura Croft and Sumeru. I was talking before about how Terra does not conform to these, and neither does Celes, because she's here and she's like, I'm weak, I can barely walk, I'm not getting out of here. And she's here kicking butt. So, the whole women not being in a place to fight or not being significant is very not the case in this game. But that's not what I'm talking about. So, I'm talking about in general. So, we see, whenever you go onto Xbox Live, or just any large gaming community where people are pro gamers and they're aggressive, like if you play most multiplayer first-person shooter games like Call of Duty, if there is a girl, then they will definitely be treated opposite from how a guy would be treated. There's a lot of videos on YouTube that satirizes how female gamers are treated. But so you can check those out if you want. I mean, I'm all for you seeing for yourself, because who am I just talking about all this, right? But it's not just the gaming culture that does this, it's also sports as well. Because whenever people talk about sports, they're always talking about male sports. Whenever you go on TV, or whenever you look for something, you will more likely see you're more likely to see men's sports on the television than women's. And usually if there is women's sports, then people, at least in my experience, most people won't even watch it. Which is a little sad, because even if your local hometown is the best in the country, or even the world, at the sports, it will still be very difficult to find games if they're a female team. That's just not the teams. There was society kind of tarnishes females that play sports. For example, when Kagan, the United States' most recent Supreme Court justice that was instated, she became a Supreme Court justice, the most recent one in 2010. A large portion of the media was going crazy about that, saying, oh, she can't be a justice because she's obviously a lesbian. The reasoning behind that was because she played softball. So, playing sports, according to society, is not a good thing for women to do for some reason. I can't tell you why, because I have no idea. That's just how society looks at it. Which is honestly really depressing. Another thing about it. So, actually, I was writing this script Well, I didn't write the script. This is off my head. But anyway, so I decided that this is what I was going to talk about today. And then I watched a commercial this morning from Activia. As people that have watched Activia know, that it's geared specifically towards women and only women. Men are perceived as really stupid in their commercials, which is sexist against me, which I'm not exactly for. But the fact that sexist against me is not what I'm going to be talking about right now. There was a commercial. It's in the description. So you know what? Go watch that commercial right now. Pause this video, go watch that commercial right now. Or you can keep this video going. Watch that commercial right now. And then tell me what you... Or think about for a second. Think about what the message is, like, on top. And then think about the underlying message. And then I will tell you what my thoughts are after this. Why are you helping me? You remind me a lot of someone. What's the matter anyway? I'm helping you because I want to. So, what did you think about it? When I first watched that, I thought, wow, this is pretty sexist, because with Kagan, with how difficult it is to find women's sports on television or in general, I was like, wow, this isn't attacking sexism for players. This is attacking sexism for fans, as in, if you are a female, then you shouldn't like this stuff. Because the Activia spokeswoman just goes into there like, hey, what's going on? Oh, I'm rooting for the game. Well, why? I mean, you're a woman. You're supposed to look pretty, not with all that make, all that face paint on. Hush hush, have your woman's yogurt. It's all gonna be good now. And so, first I was like, wow, that is really awful. And then it was a little bit interesting because I watched it again. But the second time I watched it, I watched everyone else's reactions. Like, their reactions to her. And I like their reactions versus hers, because while she's like, hey, shh, go back to the kitchen, you're a woman, put on actual makeup, blah 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 blah, everyone else is like, I'm here because I actually like football. I mean, it's possible for me to be a woman and like football. Like, they have that expression like, what are you doing here saying these things? Like, they're really irritated by her. And so one, it makes me not want Activia because everybody else is like, who is this person and why is she here doing this? Two, it's just a really interesting commercial because you watch one side and then you watch the other. I just think it's a fascinating commercial. I'm not exactly sure what that message is, because obviously they're trying to sell their product. But if they're making it look like, hey, here's my product, and everyone has a face of, what are you doing here? I don't want your sexist product, or sexist propaganda for your product. Because yogurt isn't sexist. What's that noise? Then, It's a little interesting. But no. Hey look, the turtle's still here. Yay! What's that? Something's coming through the wall. Tunnel armor. If that thing hits us with its magic, they'll be scrubbing 2 big scorcher marks off the wall. So what are we supposed to do? Don't worry. I'll draw its magic with my runic blade. And you'll be okay? Just you watch. So, what I'm trying to get out of this is that, one of the things that, your jock stereotype and your nerd or gamer stereotype is that they don't exactly treat women the best, like society-wise. There are a good number of people from both social norms that do a good job, that are respectful human beings. But society paints it so that they're really not. Like, things like those 2 things are geared towards men and boys, which I think is because women love sports, women love video games, women love all of these things that guys also love. But it's like guys want to push them away, or societal guys want to push them away from man things to do. And so I think we should, the girls and respectful guys should really speak our voice a lot louder. We should stand up more and say, hey, that is wrong. We should televise more women's sports. We should show more women's games. I mean, strong women like Terra and Celes. Not people like Ivy from Soul Calibur and Lara Croft. Woo! Looks like we're finally in the clear. That way we can have better female role models in both series. Choose a scenario, Kupo! But I think I'm done talking for today. So I will see you guys next time on Quincy Beoulve's Let's Play. What dire fate has befallen Randy, who leapt from the raft after the fight with Ultros? Fly high and dream big. Bye!